Let's take a look at the findings from our campus-wide GenAI survey. This video will review the details and supporting evidence from finding number 3. Among routine users, a singular instructional or academic use does not stand out. Most student and instructor respondents said that they don't use GenAI routinely for academic or instructional work. However, for those that do, we wanted to understand more about how and why they use it. First, we looked at what motivates these respondents to use GenAI. We found that both students and instructors pointed to similar reasons related to the ways in which GenAI enhances their work. The top motivation for both groups was that GenAI tools help them complete their work faster. They also said these tools help them solve problems and get answers to their questions efficiently. Social factors like colleagues or peers using it, or departments and instructors promoting their use, seem to play less of a role for both groups, especially instructors. This probably isn't too surprising. Not many instructors reported using these tools routinely in the first place, so we wouldn't expect a lot of peer pressure among that group. One student told us, "English is my second language, and I find these tools helpful to deliver what I want to say more efficiently." So this is one example of a way that GenAI is allowing this student to complete their work more efficiently in a specific context of use. We also asked students about which academic practices they had incorporated GenAI tools into. For routine users, the answer was pretty much everything. Their top practices included summarizing concepts, improving content, generating ideas, elaborating on content, for example, finding additional information on a topic. But most student users also said that they use GenAI to create new content, analyze content more deeply, and even guide their actions. We did get a pretty high percentage of student users, 18%, saying that they also use GenAI for some practices not listed here. That suggests that we missed something in our item stems, and to account for that, we did let students write in their own answers. One student said, "I use AI to create likely examinable questions. This helps reinforce study material and improves my learning curve. It helps me know where I need to improve." Another said, "I find it is effective to use on math problems to learn the content because it explains very well, but can't solve the problem very well." Another student told us, "I cannot see my mistakes in code or writing. ChatGPT helps me find the mistakes, which helps me better prioritize time and mental energy." So again, we see ways that students are leveraging GenAI tools to make their work more efficient. Like students, instructors pointed to a wide variety of practices in which they've incorporated GenAI tools. Their top 3 uses included generating ideas, improving content, and summarizing concepts. Actually, these are the same top 3 practices as students, just in a slightly different order. As much as instructors are worried about how students use GenAI, those who do use GenAI tend to use it in similar ways as students. One thing you might notice is that 70% of respondents to this question said that they use GenAI for other practices beyond the ones we listed. So what did we miss here? Most of these other responses concerned instructors' approaches to using GenAI with students. For example, one instructor said, "I generate ChatGPT answers to my exam questions from previous years and have the students critique those answers. They must identify which aspects of ChatGPT answers are correct and which are incorrect, and which are vague, nonsensical, irrelevant to the question being asked." Another instructor said, "I encourage students to use it in class to debug their code. This speaks to variation in adoption related to discipline, with coding being one area where we've heard about greater use of GenAI." One aspect of use that we were very interested in gauging was the extent to which students and instructors use these tools based on provided guidance versus completely on their own. Almost 2 in 5 students who routinely use GenAI, 38%, said they do so without any direction from their instructors. This seemed like an important finding because instructors are in a position to set policy, guidelines, and overall tone around their own students' academic uses of GenAI. But this suggests that they don't always do so, or the guidance they do provide isn't reaching every student. On the other hand, among instructors who themselves use GenAI, almost half, 48%, said they use it without guidance from the university or their department. We know that, at least at the university level, there is guidance from the president's office, the provost, and the Teaching and Learning Transformation Center. So again, there seems to be a potential disconnect between guidance that is provided around GenAI use and the actual ways in which instructors use these tools. Join us for our next video as we dig into more of the survey findings.